In July 1947, something strange happened in the quiet deserts of New Mexico, USA. A metallic object fell from the sky. The army rushed in. The public panicked, and the government said, "Nothing to see here." But people didn't buy it. This single moment would open the door to one of the biggest mysteries in modern history. A mystery that would give rise to conspiracy theories, secret bases, alien rumors, and endless questions. This is the story of Area 51. The beginning of the UFO craze. To understand Area 51, we have to go back to 1947. Across America, people were already talking about strange lights in the sky, what they called UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Multiple people reported objects flying faster than any aircraft they had ever seen. These sightings were increasing day by day. But then came the incident that changed everything, the Roswell crash. According to local reports, an unknown craft had crashed on a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. Newspapers claimed the U.S. Army recovered a flying saucer. Within hours, the military denied it and said it was just a weather balloon. If it was really a simple balloon, why did the Army secure the crash site? Why were parts of the wreckage flown to a classified location? And why did witnesses claim the material was unlike anything seen before? People realized something didn't add up. Slowly, the rumor spread. The U.S. government was hiding something. Birth of a secret base. A few years later, the U.S. Air Force selected a dry lake bed in Nevada for an extremely secret project. The location was isolated, surrounded by mountains, and far from cities. This place was later named Area 51. The base didn't appear on official maps. No one knew what was happening inside. Even pilots flying over it were told to avoid the area. The mission at that time was simple: develop aircraft so advanced that no other country could compete. America was preparing for the Cold War, a high-stakes political and technological race with the Soviet Union. The U.S. needed spy planes that could fly higher, faster, and farther than anything known to the world. Area 51 became the perfect hiding place. The U-2 spy plane in the mid-1950s, engineers began testing a new aircraft. The U-2 spy plane, a jet that could fly at altitudes so high that enemy radar couldn't detect it. The tests were extremely confidential. Pilots were not allowed to talk about what they were doing. Families were told their loved ones were working on weather research. The flights happened at dawn or just before sunset, and that's when the trouble began. People looking at the sky saw a silver object flying at heights no airplane could normally reach. They described it as glowing or moving strangely. As expected, they called it a UFO. The U.S. government couldn't reveal the truth, so they simply dismissed all sightings. And each denial only added more fuel to the conspiracy theories. Blackbird, the fastest jet in the world. After the U-2 came the legendary State Route 71 Blackbird, a jet that could travel at Mach 3, nearly 3 times faster than the speed of sound. This aircraft was so advanced that even today, almost no plane can match it. Its design looked futuristic, long, sharp, and alien-like. People who saw it from the ground believed it wasn't from Earth. Again, the government remained silent. Again, the conspiracy theories grew stronger. Why now? Area 51 had built a reputation, a place where the U.S. develops mysterious things. And when people don't know the truth, they fill the gaps with imagination. Alien conspiracies begin in the late 1980s. A man named Bob Lazar came forward claiming he worked near Area 51 in a site called S4. He said he saw 9 flying saucers that he claimed the U.S. government was studying alien technology. And, most shockingly, he said these saucers were powered by a mysterious fuel called Element 115, which didn't exist on Earth at that time. People were fascinated. Media channels covered his interviews. UFO communities exploded with theories. Everything pointed to one question: is the U.S. government hiding extraterrestrial technology? Bob Lazar's supporters said yes. Scientists said there was no evidence. The government refused to confirm anything. But one thing was clear: Area 51 had become the center of alien conspiracies. Why does the government stay silent? Many people believe the government is hiding aliens. But here's a more realistic explanation. The U.S. uses Area 51 to test top-secret military technology. Revealing details would give other countries an advantage. Every major aircraft tested in Area 51 was once considered alien, simply because it was far ahead of its time. But the secrecy created its own problem. The more silent the government stayed, the more people assumed something extraordinary was happening inside. The Storm Area 51 movement in 2019, a joke on social media, became a global sensation. Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. Millions signed up, memes exploded. News channels covered it like a real threat. In the end, only a few thousand people actually came. Most stayed outside the entrance and took selfies. But the event proved one thing. People desperately want to know the truth about Area 51. What really happens inside Area 51? Based on all available information, this is what experts believe. New experimental aircraft, drones, and weapon systems are tested here. Advanced radar systems, stealth design, and tracking systems are developed. Pilots and engineers train for missions involving high-risk airspace. Some believe the U.S. studies foreign aircraft here, not alien ones, but enemy technology captured from wars. Does this mean there are no aliens? We can't say for certain. The truth is, the government hides information from citizens for national security. But the idea of aliens? It's exciting, mysterious, and impossible to disprove completely. The real reason Area 51 became a legend. Area 51 is not famous because of what happens inside, it's famous because of what we don't know. Silence creates imagination. A secret base surrounded by mountains, invisible on maps, guarded heavily. Of course, people will think something supernatural is happening. And maybe, just maybe, there is something more. The world may never know. But one thing is certain. Area 51 will always remain the most mysterious place on Earth.